Hey lovelies, welcome back to Redemption's Journey. I'm Jen Ward, and if you're new here, the goal of this channel is to give you tips on how to make life a little bit easier and help you live a little bit more content. Today, I want to take it back to my roots and talk about money, so stay tuned. It's 2019. It's a new year. That's really the more important thing. And a lot of people are trying to A, lose weight, B, get healthier, and C, get on track with their finances. So I wanted to go back to my roots and talk a little bit about a couple of things you can do at the beginning of the year and get your finances on track. So number one is to use cash. Last year, I failed at this. I actually told somebody recently, like, one of my goals is to use cash, and they're like, me too. Because when you use cash, it keeps you more focused on what you're spending, how you're spending it, and you want to keep it because cash triggers the pain sensor in your brain where swiping a credit card or a debit card does not. You will more freely swipe those cards. So use cash. Just make it a goal. If that means you have to run to the bank, then do it. If that means that you have to cash your own check at a bank, then do it. Just figure out how to use cash for the majority of your purchases. I still don't use cash to pay like online bills, which is most of my bills. And I still am not using cash for gas. Let's just be honest, as mamas, I'm not going into the gas station and letting my kids in the car. But they're about the only thing now that I'm not using cash for. So use cash if you are not. And if you are using cash, then the next tip will be for you. Number two is to track all of your spending. And this kind of seems simple, but it's actually not if you're tracking it in a way that you use the information. So I track my cash spending on one tracker. I track my checking on one tracker. I track my savings on one tracker. And all of my cash envelopes have trackers attached to them. And if you would like some videos on how I do that, I'll be more than happy to. Just let me know in the comments below. When you track your spending, if you don't want to track it every single day, that's completely fine. It kind of gets monotonous if you do it that way anyway. Set one day a week where you track all of your expenses, but make sure that you are, do you hear the crinkling? It's like that. Oh my goodness, I know what she's doing. Sound. Save your receipts. This is big because if you're tracking cash, which is, I think you should track cash, especially if you're not sure where you spend your money. Keeping your receipts is important because when it's cash, it kind of slips your brain a lot more than looking in your mobile phone and being like, oh, that's right, I spent $30 at Target. And if you can spend $30 at Target, you win. I guess I should say only $30 at Target. So make sure you keep your receipts. Set one day aside to track all of your expenses on trackers, and I can show you the trackers that I use. I just made them up in Excel. And you can either do this with pen and paper, or you can do it digitally. The only thing I would say is that if you are using a software like Quicken or QuickBooks or whatever it might be, make sure you're looking at them. When everything is automated, our brains become automated, and we don't take the time to process what we are actually doing. So with the automation, it's lovely. It's fast and it's convenient, but sometimes those three things does not mean that it's good for you, right? Think fast food, guys. Think fast food. Okay. And then my last tip is to read some financial books this year. It does not have to be the famous Financial Peace by Dave Ramsey. There are a multitude of financial books out there. It could be on retirement. Maybe you're at a place where you need to learn about that. It could be on how to get out of debt. It could be on how to invest. It could be on just the process of budgeting that other people take. It could be on so many different things. I'm going to leave some recommendations in the description box below for you, ones that I've read personally and I thought were great. And Financial Peace may not be in there, just so you know. Dave Ramsey is one of my favorites, but not something that I follow to a T. And I think that you probably know who he is anyway if you're listening to this. So that's it. They're my 3 tips to get you on track with your finances in the beginning of the year. I hope this was beneficial for you. And if you have any questions about finances or comments, let me know. And like I said, I will do more videos throughout the year, but I just don't want this channel to be all about finances. I need it to be about other things as much as you need it to be about other things. And I have one little bonus tip for you. If you need to stay motivated through your journey, I would highly recommend finding some favorite people to follow on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or a blog. And the only reason I say that is because seeing other people make progress is not about comparison, it's about motivation. So when you see them achieve certain things that they've been set out to do, it really should motivate you to do that. Don't let it discourage you, let it motivate you. I will follow the hashtag on Instagram, Debt Free Community, and there's tons of people in there that are working to be debt free. Some of them are extreme, and I could never be that person, but some of them are really down to earth, and like they still have to have a credit card here or there, or they still have to do certain things that, you know, some of these extreme people don't. I find it encouraging to look through that every once in a while and say they started out with $300,000 worth of debt, not including a mortgage, and they're down to like 175. That is exciting for me. Whether it's my victory or not, I like sharing in other people. Find something that inspires you to work on your finances. Maybe it's a pretty binder. Maybe it's new cash envelopes. Maybe it's going and talking to somebody, a financial planner, a financial advisor. If that's going to help you, maybe you're struggling with actually knowing what to do next, talking to someone will actually further that along, then go do it. It might be a couple $100, but at least it's worth it to get yourself on track for this coming year. So if you like what you hear, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you think this might help somebody else, share it out to the world. I will see you guys on Wednesday, so make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. Bye, everyone. I don't know why I keep saying that. This year is like 2019. It's kind of big for me, not in any other reason than next year is 2020. And like, it seems significant for some reason. I don't know why, but it seems very significant that next year is 2020. So for whatever reason, I keep on opening all of my videos with it's 2019. But it is.